Hey guys, welcome to Simply Bitcoin, a channel that breaks down all the daily Bitcoin news from Twitter to important updates to cringy fails. We have it all. Before we get started, drop us a like and don't forget to subscribe. Take it away, Phil.
All right, guys, we are going to start it off with Clark Moody dashboard.
Clark Moody.
Okay, so block height 643,443, price of 11,586. The GBTC premium is 17.7%. Chain rewrite days 537. And we added something new today. The total lightning capacity, which did go above 1,000 BTC, which we'll talk about later, but right now we stand at 978.6 Bitcoin for total lightning capacity. Now, I'm not 100% sure of this, but does that also include all the Tor nodes and the privates?
I think it includes the whole Lightning Network, but we'll have to double check.
Yeah, I'll dig into that. But anyways, moving on.
And literally, those stats just keep getting better, man. It's crazy.
They do. They do keep getting better, you know? Like the chain rewrite, though, was at 538 in the last 10 minutes. So I don't know what happened there.
You know what they say, improvement isn't a straight line up. It's zigzags, right?
It's steps. It's okay, you know? It's okay. It's steps.
Daily fail.
Daily fail. All right, so today's daily fail goes out to this fucking dude. Amir Taki. And in what he had to say today was, in 5 years, Bitcoin and Ethereum will no longer be top of the market. There'll be better cryptocurrency systems that are scalable and strongly anonymous. Bitcoin is a safe haven asset, or is it? And ETH is a tech stock with higher returns. Functional economy needs both. So this is what happens when you don't understand money. No. When you don't understand money and you don't understand proper base value, okay, you end up in a situation where you think that you need a playground as well as a proper base layer. The playground does not need to be real money. It's a playground. And, you know, for the people that don't get, you know, what I'm alluding to, I'm obviously alluding to Ethereum as the playground, right? Like you move fast and break things on Ethereum. I don't want my store of value to move fast and break things. So I think this is a terrible take, and that's why he's our this week's fail.
And that's part of the reason that Bitcoin is, you know, taking its sweet time, right? And that's actually one of the benefits, believe it or not, right? Is the developers, they don't want to break things. They want to take their sweet time and make sure they get it right. And I think that's super important when you're trying to build trust and reputation on a new financial asset, because Bitcoin is so different, Phil.
I totally agree. And I think that people get fooled. I got fooled once upon a time. I was totally fooled by the tech narrative. And, you know, like this is the type of bullshit I used to think. And it just isn't true, because at the end of the day, one of them does not require to be a store of value in any way. It doesn't need to do that. It doesn't need to be money in order to perform its functions.
I completely agree.
You know?
Completely agree.
That's why he's our fail today.
That's exactly why he's a fail. That guy is the definition of fail. Anyways, so it was pretty exciting. Now, you know what? It's not exciting at all, but I am very excited about Simply Bitcoin. So forgive my excitedness, but, you know, in terms of the price action, it wasn't that exciting today. In terms of what's going on, man, we're establishing this new sideways action. In my opinion, guys, I think this is some good news, and I think it's good news because this right here, when we start to, you know, kind of I would say the volatility starts to decrease and we start to find a consolidation, that kind of, you know, makes the case for a new run up, right? So right now where we are, if you want to look at the past, we're like here, right? The volatility is still high. You know, the daily moves, they range, you know, between 3 to 4%, right? So in my opinion, and this is what we've been saying for a while, if we stay at this level, you know, we start to find a new consolidation where the volatility becomes very little, I think that's really bullish. And I think that perfectly sets up for the next move to 12.5K or above. What do you think, Phil?
Yeah, I definitely agree. And of course, you know, the price action on the daily right now is kind of boring because, as you indicated, we're building our base to move higher. But let me ask you this: can we put this to a 30-minute? Because I'm pretty sure right now we're looking at, it looks like it's going to break out on the short term. We look at like the 30 minutes.
Yeah, this is the daily. So
This
these
is
are all,
the minute chart.
yeah, these are all hour-long movements. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the consolidation, Phil, like
It
in this
is.
area.
It is, but it's like
Um,
it's just interesting, right? Like, because you could see towards the end there, like, the last at least the last 2 hours, anyways.
yeah, yeah, for
It's
sure.
like breakout formation.
There was a slight,
So,
and for the traders, they'll love this, but for the hodlers, we don't give a fuck.
yeah, no, we don't care. I just can't help it. I watch all day long.
Oh, me
Like I
too.
always have it up. It's
Me too.
you
Absolutely.
know.
Phil, tell me the truth. How many times a day do you look at Blockfolio?
Oh, I don't actually use
Oh,
Blockfolio.
what do you look? What do you use?
I use Bit Universe,
Big
or
universe.
or
Okay.
as I termed it, Shit Universe, because it was for all of my shit coins. But yeah, no, I do it now, like because that way there's nothing actually connected to my wallet. All it is the Bitcoin price,
Same.
and what you could do is you just type in the amount of Bitcoin that you own, and
Yeah,
you
Blockfolio
know
is the same. It's not
exactly
actually connected to my wallet. It just
exactly
you say I have a million Bitcoin and it tracks that you have a million Bitcoin, right?
exactly.
So guys, this isn't really news, but I found this really interesting. I found this on Reddit today, and I thought you guys would find this awesome. And the name of the website is called Asset Dash, right? And it lists the most valuable companies, assets, whatever you want to call it, right? So there's the
Oh
Google stock, there's
wow.
Microsoft, there's Berkshire Hathaway, there's Taiwan Semiconductors. They must be awesome and dope because they're huge, okay? There's Visa, the devil incarnate, and guess what's here? Our orange buddy,
Oh my God.
Bitcoin. Bitcoin, baby, $213 billion total market cap.
Number 27.
We're about to catch up to
Moving
AT&T,
on
baby.
up.
And look,
Here we go.
after AT&T, we have our rival.
Next on the okay, so
PayPal.
but let's not give them that validity, right? PayPal is not really a rival. The only people that think it's truly a rival is people who don't understand money and second layers. PayPal isn't money. All it is like at this point, I think it's like a third layer technology.
I agree. Would you
So
consider Bank of America a rival? I wouldn't consider any of them a rival, but
none of them are rivals
terms,
because we've
take them
already.
out.
So I mean, okay, so Bitcoin's rivals, I think, are like I could say but the BI, right, the Bank of International Settlements, and we've already killed them. Technically, it really has no more, and it's got no more foes.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know,
No, it's
except for the final boss, right?
the final boss, the United States government, the Fed.
No,
I'm just kidding. Anyways, so
central bankers.
the central bank. So Phil sent me this awesome, tweet today. It says BlackRock is the largest asset manager. This is to kind of give you guys some context. MicroStrategy yesterday, which is a publicly traded company, and we told you guys yesterday in the pod. I mean, in Simply Bitcoin Daily News, MicroStrategy announced yesterday that it was going to have Bitcoin as part of its asset financials to kind of hedge against inflation. And it was so awesome because the actual stock, or the stonk, right, rose 9% after they announced that news. But to make it even more significant, they had to get approval because these guys own such a large percentage of the company of these traditional hedge fund or traditional financial guys. So BlackRock Fund and Advisors and the Vanguard Group, which is huge, had to give the green light for this to be okay. So this is another sign that traditional finance is warming up their hands to Mr. Orange Man, right? So awesome.
Coin.
And that wasn't a Trump reference, okay? The only
Orange
orange
coin.
man that we like here is Bitcoin. Okay, so another awesome piece of news that Phil touched on earlier. The Bitcoin network capacity overtook 1,000 today. That's a huge milestone. And I actually had Danny on the podcast earlier. And you know what he told me, Phil? He told me that there was a Lightning transaction for a whole Bitcoin.
That's pretty insane.
That's nuts. So all of a sudden, dude, micropayments, my ass. You could do a full pay. Let me ask you something. how often are you going to pay someone $11,000?
Not that often.
Not that often.
But that's pretty interesting. I wonder what they used, because there's still the channel cap, isn't there, of
Yeah.
16% of a BTC. So they had to use some type of like pooling of channels.
Exactly. That's exactly what Danny said. They pooled a bunch of channels to kind of make one resource. I mean, to make one payment. But what was cool, Phil, is that the fees were minimal and it was still instantaneous.
It's
So
very interesting. It's people don't realize how huge this kind of stuff is. Like, the reality that people interact freely, today is not, it's not understood properly. And when you do it through Bitcoin, you really understand the true freedom that there is in being able to interact in a peer-to-peer world. And Lightning just makes it more fun and faster.
absolutely, man. It just makes me really, really hopeful for the future. Everyone, all the people that were talking crap about Lightning, man, and now you're doing
Yep.
full Bitcoin payments on the Lightning Network, and it's immediate, right? So
Yeah.
it makes me so optimistic for the future of Bitcoin. I really think that this so-called scaling problem was really overblown, and it makes people like Roger Ver look stupid.
It absolutely does. And it makes BSV completely, I mean, they already looked stupid, but it's just more stupid in the bag, because the whole entire scaling thing and needing all of that stuff on chain, it's just absolute complete crap.
I
Uh,
absolutely agree. I
so
absolutely agree. And guys, just to kind of, I guess promote my podcast for later on this week, I have John, I mean, not
yeah,
this week, on Tuesday, I have John Vallis. He's the man. He's a fellow podcaster. I know Phil's good friends with him. I'm really excited. We had this crazy conversation, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Go check it out next Tuesday.
very cool. That must have been an awesome talk. I'm super excited to check it out, because John is seriously, he's very cosmic, and he knows a lot
Definitely.
of things.
He does. We went deep into the rabbit hole.
Very cool. So everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe. Tune in tomorrow if you want simply Bitcoin and no shit coins.